Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Arshad, and in our last lecture we learned dynamic actions in Oracle Apex, and in today's lecture we will see what is page rendering and page processing in Oracle Apex. We will also see computations in Oracle Apex. So, objectives of today lesson are after completing this lesson, you should be able to know how page rendering and page processing works in Apex. Then we will see how we can create different computations in Apex, and at the end of this lecture, we will see what are processes and how we can create processes in Apex. So, first of all, we see page rendering and page processing. So, when we run an application in our browser, application Express Engine relies on two processes. First one is show page, which is also known as page rendering, and the other one is accept page, which is also known as page processing. Basically, when we type URL in browser and click or enter, then application Express Engine basically do page rendering process. It renders all the components for your page, creates HTML, and show you HTML view of your page. That's why it is called, it's a page rendering process. And secondly, when you fill a form, let's suppose you enter your first name, last name, and all the informations, and click on a button which is a submit button or save changes or a save button, and basically you are sending your data to application Express Engine, and you are saying save this data into our database. And definitely before saving data into the database, we need some processing or computation. For example, you want to do your name converted to uppercase, lowercase, commission multiply with any digit. So it is a page processing which do computations, processing, validations, and lot of other stuff. Application Express Engine accept the page and do processing on submitted data. That's why it is called accept page or page processing in Apex. So these are two concepts which are very necessary to know as a Apex developer. So the next concept is computation. Computation is basically a logic that assigns values to a single item. There are two types of computation. First one is application computation, and the second one is page computation. Basically, page computation assigns a value to an item which relies within a page, and the application computation assigns the values to application level item. You can use that items into your multiple pages, or you can use it on any page within the application. So this is the main difference between application level computation and page level computation. But the purpose of the both computations are to assign a value to any item. So it's let's understand it with an example how we can create computation in our Apex and how it works. So open your browser, go to your Apex, provide your password, go to your application in which you want to do your exercise, create a page, blank page. Name of the page is computation process. Next, and create navigation. Next, finish. So here we have our page. So we create a region, create a page item, and set its type to date picker. Okay. Now we want to do some computation on this field. The computation which I want to do is when our this region which is P which is new region, when it uh, initialized value of current date value must be set into our date picker. So you can create computation by multiple ways. You can click on this calendar and can click on create computation. And similarly, you can click on pre-rendering, and here we have before region, click on create computation. And similarly you can here you can create computation as well. So click on this item and click on create computation. So here you can see here I have in identification I have item name p13 underscore new. This is the item on which I want to perform some computation. Here you can see we have a point at which point you want to do some computations. So this is before regions load, do some computations. You can do after regions. Here we have a new session option whenever a new session initialized. If you want to do some computations, you can do all the computations. Similarly, we have options of before footer, after footer, and after submit. Let's suppose you have a field which is your telephone number, but in database you have three fields. First one is area code, first one is country code, then you have your mobile company code, and then you have your actual number. So you actually want to save your data in three fields, but on form which is visible to the end user, you have only one text field. So you want, when I submit my page to a database, uh, my text field data should be splitted into three uh, portions, so that you can save your data into your three columns, so you can perform computation after submit. So here we have before regions, and I want to set here you have multiple options. You can set a static value, you can take value from an item, on set it into this item. You can you have a SQL query which returns only a single value, then SQL query, then we have expression. So I am using expression and says date, so that current date should be set when region before regions loads. So save your page and run your page, provide your password. So here you can see when this region loads, our value set into calendar. So this was our before region set date. You can use SQL query, select to char and then sys date, and from dual you can use your SQL query as well. So this was our page rendering computation. Similarly, you can use other options available in Apex. So now we see what is a process. A page process is a specific event that runs when a page is loaded or submitted. When we create a form wizard, basically two processes created automatically. The first one is raw fetch, and the second one is raw processing. When we click on save, processing process executed and saves data into our database. So let's take an example of creating a submit process. So uh, go to your Apex, and here we create another region and delete this region. You can basically drag and drop regions from this gallery. So we are going to create a form. Here we have a form. Okay, uh, drag and drop this form. Okay, before new region we are going to create our this region. Name of this region is regions. And here we have local database, table or view, table owner is this, and table name is regions. Here we have regions. So in regions we have region ID and region name. Region ID is hidden, so make its, I think it's number. Make it, set it type to number, and then we have region name. Okay, and go to your region form. Okay, that's it. Now go to your processes. Here you can see we don't have any processes. So run your page. So here we have a region with a new and region name. So change its title to region ID. Okay. Now go to processes after submit. So go to processing, create process, and here we have type is execute code and name it's add region. Okay, type is execute and editable region is regions. Okay, now we have location and here we have PLSQL code before. Okay, here we need to add a statement insert into regions, then we have columns, region ID and region name, and then we have values, and in region ID I want to get value of its page is page 13, it's page 13. What is page number? You can see page number in developer toolbar 13. Okay, go to your PLSQL code, P13 region ID, and then we have P13 region name, and then we have commit. Okay, validate your column not allowed here, insert into regions, region ID, the name, values, this, and commit. So region ID, I think region ID, and then region name. In 32 regions, columns, values, and these are the values. Okay, why we are getting this errors? Equal not properly ended. Okay, it not validating. Okay, save. Go to your object browser. Here we have regions, and here we have region name, region ID, and then we have SQL. So regions, region ID number, then we have region name. So copy these columns, go to your app builder, select your app, then we have search your page, computation and processes. Here we have add region process and validate it again. Paste your column names. This is first column name. Then we have this one. Remove this commit. It is not validating. Okay, remove these columns, insert into regions, and then see what it says. Column not allowed here. Okay, I got it. Okay, basically we are not adding a column over here. That's why we are getting this error. Commit, validate your query. Okay, it is validated. Okay, and then you have a success message. So type your success message over here. Uh, Record added into database successfully, and then in error message type unknown error. Okay, and then we have a server side condition. When button pressed, here we don't have any button, so we need to add a button. So go to your page, drag and drop a button over here and name it as save. Okay, now go to your process, add region, and here you have to when button pressed, you have to select the button save, so that this when this button pressed, execute this process. Okay, run your code. Now here we have region ID. Let's provide region ID 50 and name of the region is test. Okay, and click on save. Process add region has invalid non-multi-row editable region assigned. Okay, here we assigned a region, editable regions, or regions. Okay, keep it, select, run your code again. Region ID is 50 and region name is test. Save. Let me check. So record edit into database successfully. This is the message we entered while we were designing this form. So go to your browser, object browser, regions, make sure data inserted into database or not. So here we have a region test with the ID, region ID. So this is the process to add new record. Similarly, you can use multiple processes available in Apex. So thank you so much.